Hello, once again. Today is an every other Wednesday, and because it's every other Wednesday, that means it's time for more Touhou Project with Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian. Once again, what we are going to be doing is taking a look at these games with a doctor of Japanese history alongside us, and taking just, in order to elevate your experience on understanding the metaphors and religious history present within these games. Nairi, if you would like to introduce yourself.
It is, as ever, a pleasure to be here. I am Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian, and I am here to help with bringing my overpriced University of Pittsburgh Japanese History doctorate to work in improving your appreciation of the real history and real cultural context that informs the media that you consume, in this case, the Touhou series. I'm rather curious about today's installment, given the little bit that you told me, because my goodness, I have some things to say.
I am glad that I provide you with useful things to look into then. Prior to these streams, Nairi goes into these games more or less completely blind. However, for the sake of being able to research things, I do give the names of a few yokai species or important concepts that happen to be relevant. And there's a certain, let's just say there's a certain name present in this that is important to this one that seems to have particularly caught Nairi's interest this time. Sounds like. So awesome to stumble on a historical university lesson from a doctor on Toho. If you would like to see the previous ones,
I mean, the entire catalog is available for you on YouTube. And yeah,
link in the chat.
I didn't become a yes. Do follow the link in the chat. I I may not have become a professor, but I'd like to think that I have the better job working for the general public and helping meet people where they are in terms of the media that they consume, and to rather than what the academic world usually does, which is pretend that they can't hear you, la la la, I can't hear you, I can't hear you, I have my fingers in my ears, to actually engage, because I mean, goodness, there's so much passion and so much genuine interest. It's always such a joy to be able to say, no, that thing from that game that you've been playing, no, that was real. It's just that the what is just a delight every time. And Zoe, yes, I think it's going to be the syncretism episode again. The professor and the slime once more. Yes, I have been called by some a history professor e-girl.
Uh, but yes, today's Toho game is Hidden Star in Four Seasons, and let's get it fired up, shall we? As per usual, I will be discussing menus and the preamble to the game and some mechanical stuff, as that is my specialty, is game design and mechanics and all that sort of general stuff. While in the history and the commentary for the non-gameplay related stuff will be handled by Nairi, and she will, as always, have pause rights to tell me just pause whenever there's something to expand upon. So let's get the audio and the game video feed working here. Hidden Star in Four Seasons. Eastern Heavenly Jade Dipper. Hister E-Girl. So as per usual, this is a game about some sort of incident occurring in Gensokyo. Is the game volume particularly high? It feels kind of high to me. But it might just be that this song is particularly high pitch. Anyway. As with several of the... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna poke it down a little bit. As with the other games, from the more recent ones. The actual preamble story is built into the game this time, as opposed to being in a text document included with the game. The Hakurei Shrine showered in cherry petals. It was so beautiful that normally there would be at least one banquet being held, but this year was different. There was nobody to be seen. Marissa. Sure is hot. Reimu. Are you okay? Why are you dressed like that? Marissa. Over in the Forest of Magic, it's snowing of all things. Marissa was dressed like it was midwinter. Reimu. And yet over here, spring is in the air. I wonder if I should hold a flower viewing. Nice idea, but this is about the only place where the flowers are blooming. You think it's because they got a lot of sun here? My goodness, the flowers are blooming? The Tengu reporter, Aya Shamimaru, appeared. Aya. I heard that lately, brief cold spells are being followed by sunny days and that flowers are blooming in the middle of fall. I'm not sure what's causing it, but it's been like this for a while around here. It's not just cherries either. Even the butterbur buds are growing. Oh, I just remembered some urgent business, so I'll be going now. Aya left in a hurry. Marissa. What's with her? What'd she even come here for in the first place? Reimu. Probably to see the abnormal weather around here. This definitely doesn't seem to be a natural phenomenon. If there's Tengu investigating, we probably got an incident on our hands. When Reimu decided to take action, Gensokyo was already awash in the colors of the changing seasons. According to the calendar, our story takes place in midsummer. So, it is the middle of summer, but different zones in Gensokyo are all different temperatures and different seasons. For difficulties, as always, Spring Sprinkle, Easy Mode, a difficulty level where you'll be fine without an umbrella. Summer Shower, Normal Mode, a difficulty level that calls for some advanced preparation. Autumn Typhoon, Hard Mode, a difficulty where you should refrain from going outdoors. Winter Hibernation, Lunatic Mode, stay cooped up inside. We have 4 characters to choose from this time, one representing each season. On behalf of Spring is Carefree Shrine Maiden in the Spring Sun, Reimu Hakurei. A season where plants sprout overflowing with those plants' vitality. Cherry blossoms bloom wildly, and both hope and unease mix together into the season where the future can most strongly be felt. Up next, representing Summer, is, of course, the Ice Fairy, Cherno. Unmelting Ice Fairy under the blazing skies. Cherno, with a tan. A passionate season overflowing with heat, with the scorching sun pouring down. From sweltering summer heat to cool showers that wash everything away, this is the most expressive of the seasons. Things are truly seasonally out of whack if the Ice Fairy is representing summer here. And so yes, it is quite a common joke that this character is a huge idiot, and if you play through this, the storyline is really funny, because she has no idea what's going on. She's just like stumbling into things. But unfortunately, I think it would be best for the show today if we were to instead play as the representative of autumn, or fall, Aya Shamimaru, the Tengu who scatters autumn leaves. A season where vegetables and fruits ripen and the results of a year's hard work can be seen. Trees previously enveloped in green now change color, and the world prepares for reincarnation in this most mystical of seasons. And lastly, of course, as you might guess, representing winter is Marissa Kirasame, magician shivering in the Arctic cold. A season blanketed by the white earth where everything slumbers. Vitality may wither, but one can gaze upon the world's original form in this most elegant of seasons. In addition to picking a character, you also get to pick what sub-weapon you use. Once again, each of these sub-weapons are representative of the characters, but you can mix and match as you so please. I will be using the Summer sub-weapon because it feels the most exploitable. It both encourages a lot of greed, but also allows you to use a tiny bomb, essentially, in a wanton and extremely overzealous manner. Basically, you can hold up to 6 mini-bombs at any given moment. Spring. Option name Breezy Cherry Blossom. Fires homing shots. Upon release, which is a new game mechanic for this game, converts bullets within a wide range into season items, plus you're invincible for a short time. Season items are little things like cherry petals or green leaves that are representative of the season, and picking them up charges up your sub-weapon. And then if you press the release key, you burn all of your sub-weapon energy in order to do the thing described. Summer, subseason. Option name Perfect Summer Ice. Attacks inconsistently at a diagonal angle. The field during release is extremely small and short-lived, but it only consumes one at a time, and you can hold up to 6. And so what that means is you have 6 tiny barriers you can use. Fall, subseason. Option name Crazy Fall Wind. Covers a wide area to the front and sides. Upon release, converts bullets near the player into season items. Plus, you can move extremely fast during release. Extreme Winter. Assists you with some lasers. Upon release, creates a barrier that remains there for a short time. Plus, all your attacks are more powerful during release. And then, of course, our main weapon. Crazy Fall Wind with the spell card Wind Sign Tengu Rainstorm Gust. Fires piercing shots during focus movement. I will note, I have yet to 1 credit clear this game. I think this is primarily because I play extremely greedily with this particular loadout. So maybe this is going to be another case where this ends up being really easy since I'm going to play more carefully for the stream. But we'll just have to see. If all else fails, I can pull up the Touhou wiki and give Aya's ending verbally instead. But, nonetheless, ready, Nyri?
Yes, let's begin.
Let us begin. Item get borderline, and you can see green leaves falling. Those are the charges for our SU in the lower left, summer. A midsummer day before the morning mist, miracle blue sky. One thing quick. I guess it's just the main menu that's really, really loud. Haha. So that was me using my release in order to create a small sphere that damages enemies and deletes bullets. Worth knowing is that unlike a bomb, it provides you 0 invincibility frames. None. The more bullets that you eat using the summer release ability, the more value each of the point items has. This is what I mean by this game encouraging a very greedy playstyle. Not only that, but also using release to eat bullets in itself gives you the season items. So you can self-feed it if you're careful, and if you use it effectively. In addition, a rather ridiculous mechanic here is if you use a bomb and you graze bullets, that also releases summer items. Season items, rather. And so you can see leaves bounce off of me each time I graze something, but that even works when you're bombing. And so one tactic you can use is you can bomb and then immediately stand over where bullets are spawning in order to basically immediately give yourself 3 summer charges. Okay, first cutscene. So above the forests and the foothills, it's midsummer, even though it's fall over at the mountain. I have way too much power! The butterfly fairy approaches God, Eternity Larva. Hey you, yes you in the black over there, are you enjoying the summer day? If you have nothing else to do, come cool me off with that stupid big fan of yours. The seasons are strange, but the fairy's excitement is too. You don't seem related to the incident, so without further ado, allow me to blow you into next week. Woohoo! Let's fight, it's time for Midsummer War!
I watched that anime, it was pretty good.
Butterfly sign.
Butterfly sign, minute scales.
But you can see I'm eating bullets repeatedly to get, which makes a number appear above me. In that case, it was 110. Embarrassing. Anyway.
Butterfly sign, fluttering summer.
Another thing notable about season release, doesn't count as a bomb for the sake of spell card bonuses. I surrender. I've gone and wasted my energy on something that had nothing to do with the incident. That said, though, you're quite strong for a fairy. I have way more power than I know what to do with. I feel like I could even become the god of the new world right now. An insect fairy going berserk. Well, I suppose summer heat just got to her. This doesn't seem big enough to write an article about. Let's continue gathering material on the abnormal weather. Extra life fragments do not exist in this game. The only way to gain extra lives is to reach a certain point in the game where it gives you one for free, or for score. And because eating bullets using summer release is a way to gain score rapidly, and a way to increase the point value of items, and lives being linked to that, once again, deeply encourages greedy play. Stage 2, an autumn-colored mountain, solitude on the Scarlet Mountain. Red Mountain loneliness. I died on the first boss. That's Aya's bomb. Sort of a focus damage thing, but also gives you very long invulnerability. Perfect for spamming grazes. So as we do that, we're losing sub-weapon charges, but it's no particularly big deal. Getting ourselves cornered here. Alright. Who is this? What? What's a tingle like you doing here? Yeah, it's supposed to be here. We made an agreement. Oops, please excuse me. Caspita. I don't know what that means. This is your territory, yes? The Yamamba who surpasses this floating world's barriers, Nemu no Sakata. If you're saying you came here already knowing that, we're gonna have a problem. I came here to investigate an incident. This spot appears to be the exact center of the fall area, so I'd greatly appreciate it if I could ask you a few questions. This mountain doesn't just belong to you, Tengu, you know. So that's your way of doing things, huh? Deciding all by yourself to scrap our non-aggression treaty? In that case, I'll give you a warm welcome with my way of doing things. A mountain hag's way, that is.
Yes, here we are with the Yamamba.
Go right
To
ahead.
the famous mountain hag, Yamamba, which went on to give their name to a style of 1990s girls' fashion in Japan.
Whoa, really?
Counterpart of Ganguro.
So is this a variety of yokai then, or?
Yes, I will drop a few links in the chat for people who
Okay, I
wish to
see.
learn more. So here's the Yamamba as in the fashion. And Yamamba, also known as Yama-uba.
Take your time. Or should I go through the fight while you do this? Or
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead? I'm trying to find a good. Can't go wrong with Matthew Meyer. Yamamba.
Alright, continuing then.
Onibaba is
Oh.
the other name for this being.
I think I've heard that one.
Same thing.
Hmm.
So from the inimitable Matthew Meyer, there you are.
Anything you happen to know offhand about their behavior or anything? Or
Well, there's yeah, you sort of have to you sort of have to fit this into the category of the yokai that are or can be considered a manifestation of when things go off kilter, because for the longest time there was this custom that somebody who is particularly very sickly, in a very poor peasant community, might just be taken up to a mountain to die. I think there's a Knoll play called Obasteyama, the mountain where you abandon Granny. And what happens to people like that who get abandoned? Well, they die with an incredible amount of resentment, and they, in the popular imagining, can become these sorts of yokai, including a Yamamba, a mountain hag. The Ba of Yamamba and the Ba of Obaste are the same thing. It's an old lady. So, imagine, an old lady who's been left by her family to die on a mountain, who gets transformed into this otherworldly being with incredible power and wants blood.
and she's got the
Very
cleaver to
dangerous.
prove it.
And she's got the cleaver to prove it, exactly.
Alright. Thank you.
Rain sign imprisoning autumn rain.
Ooh, I cut that close. Spell card name.
Blade sign Yamamba's kitchen knife sharpening.
I like this one, it's pretty evocative.
Resize the window. Blade exhaustion sign, mountain murder.
Straight up kill you sign.
Yeah.
Spell card, I'm going to stab you. There we go. Let's pause for a moment. I bear no ill will of any kind toward you. We respect the independence and naturalistic way of life that Yamanba follow. I simply came here because I wish to ask you a few questions. Ah, you Tengu sure are a crafty lot after all. You come in and threaten someone with force and then have the gall to say, I just want to ask some questions. I like you. I'll accept an interview or whatever you got. Thank you ever so much. I knew all along that your species is actually quite friendly. So what's this interview about? Have you noticed anything in particular about this year's fall? Something going on? Yeah, it's another dead end. Oh, is fall at the wrong time? I didn't notice. The Hakure Shrine's night cherry blossoms, the cherry-colored sea the divine beast swims through, sea of spring pink. Yes, we are outside the Hakure Shrine at this level. Oh yes, another way in order to spawn season items, the green leaves, is to kill enemies shortly after they spawn. So grazing, killing enemies shortly after spawn, or eating bullets using your season release are all ways to gain season items. That was Letty White. She is a fairy that represents spring. She's appeared a couple times as a sub-boss before. I think that's right. Conley fact-check me on that one. Was that Letty White? Oh, got no bombs. Lily White. Ah. What beautiful cherry blossoms. It seems that the shrine's been taken over by berserk fairies and yokai, though. Is Reimu out, I wonder? She sure is laid back. I love that little detail of... This is a wild incident that's taking over the entirety of Gensokyo, and... Hey, Reimu? Where are you? Huh. Tengu reporter? If you're here for one of your violent interviews, I'll have to decline. Just leave right now, okay?
Is that what I think it is?
Probably. Huh? Just who are you? I'm Komano the Komainu, the shrine's guardian god. The guardian beast devoted to Shintoism and Buddhism. Aum Kama no.
Did they really? Did they really? Oh, that's clever. Once again, Touhou with the puns.
Should I continue the dialogue, or?
That's very good. So Aun, Koma Inu are usually, and really any shrine guardian, there's actually a bunch of them, are usually positioned in pairs where one will have their mouth open, the other one will have their mouth closed. The term for the ah is the ah gil, and the term for the is the gil. So they've got this character Aun. Koma Inu are very good dogs, and there are other Koma entities. There's Koma Neko. I have a tattoo of a Koma Neko on my leg. Fun fact.
And these are statues that are placed outside of shrines, right?
Yes, outside of shrines, outside of Buddhist temples. You have a number of there's a number of different kinds. There's monkeys, cats, dogs, snakes. There's a few other ones that currently escape me, but you can tell the... Oh yeah, Kenzoku, right, Fox, yes. Yes, notable in the Inari faith especially. Although, interestingly, you have cases in the Tohoku region where the shrine guardians for an Inari shrine are not foxes, but cats. Which is its own lengthy and interesting story. I'm not going to get into, but TLDR, it has to do with the silk industry. But you can tell this is a Kenzoku or a Koma Inu because they've sort of got the decorative like if you look around the head, especially, there was this sort of the swirly sort of patterns. Like that's sometimes that'll be worked into Koma Inu. There you go.
I chase away intruders while the shrine maiden's out.
Will have a horn, as you can see.
A Koma Inu, Was there really one of these around? That's fine. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Hello? I just said I'm chasing away intruders. If you intend to stay in this shrine any longer, I'll give you no mercy.
Dog sign, stray dogs walk.
Look at her hands, by the way, of her sprite. I know it's hard to see with me blasting her with a million bullets, but she's doing the little hand thing.
Oh, the paws, yeah. Oh, that's very clever. Spinning top, Koma Inu spin.
Guess what? Curved lasers.
Turns out Reimu has had a watchdog this whole time, the solitary Koma Inu. Yeah, there's supposed to be a pair.
There's only one. What's the deal?
Yeah. I've only got the one Komaneko tattoo, but I'm hoping to eventually have a pair myself.
There we go.
Sign, solitary breathing. There we go, yes! Yeah.
Turns out she's both of them.
Ah, plurality allegory.
So I'd like to ask you about these abnormal cherry blossoms. I don't agree with violence. Excuse me? You were trying to violently chase me out just now. Oh, fine. So the cherry blossoms, was it? Or was it the berserk fairies you wanted to know about? I'd like to know about anything out of the ordinary that you noticed, yes. I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about what's going on. Really. I've got nothing. Is that so? Your expression does seem to say as much. The Yamahanba from before didn't have any information either. We have an incident big enough to cover all of Gensokyo, but absolutely no clues as to the ringleader.
Dog is dog.
This may be the work of someone far more insidious and strategically minded than I thought. I can feel a once in 1,000 years scoop coming on. Dog behavior. But yeah, the reason you'll see me fling around the screen wildly like that when I bomb is because, again, I'm allowed to graze while doing that, and doing so gives me the season items. So I am actively encouraged to fly around the screen like a lunatic, eating as many bullets as I can. Sky over the forest of magic assumed. Akira's encountered Zero visually. White blizzard out of season. I find the stage actually quite difficult. The fairy bullet patterns and the ways that they spawn is really... gets pretty mean. And also, again, worth noting is that this is the only season release ability that you're allowed to use multiple times. Every other one spends all of your sub-weapon. Whereas this spends one charge at a time for release. Obviously, to balance it, it's weaker, but still. You just can't say no to a bonus like that, right? 6-fold mini-bombs.
That's a good question. I couldn't really make it out.
You'll get the chance in a moment.
Maybe? I'm not sure it counts as Katamatsu. We'll see.
Like I said, I quite dislike this stage, actually. I really don't know how to handle it. Whoa, a Tengu.
Interesting.
Yes, that's right. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Could you perhaps spare a moment? Nah, nope. We might have the same classification, but you're our mortal enemy. I did imagine that a Tengu might show up, but oh, what a surprise. I'm brimming with power! The magical Tisich who manifested in the forest. My, what's going on? I'm practically overflowing with magic power. I don't care who, I want to try this power.
Pause. Stigarba
Yes.
with the red cloak and the hat. That is Jizo-sama, the guardian of the ways, the guide of lost children, and so on. If you've seen statues on just the side of Japanese roads, where it's got like a red bib, stone statue, red bib, sort of vaguely looks Buddhist. That's what that is. Stigarba is the Sanskrit name. In Japanese, Jizo-sama is the name.
Jizo statue, as Conley points out, is a common term for them.
Well, Jizo statue, yes, but
yeah,
the statue of Jizo, yeah. But the hat just completes the ensemble very nicely.
Anyways, yeah, I took one look at that word and I'm like, oh no, I don't know how to pronounce this at all. So,
it's all right. It's Sanskrit. It's challenging.
Thanks for bailing my ass out. I don't care who. I want to try this power out on someone. Just in time. This gal here is your opponent. Oh, time for me to head on back. Dang it, she ran off. I'm interested in this new face too, though. Could you lend me a moment of your time? Sure. Thanks for facing off with me. Facing off? You do mean for an interview, right? Nope, not at all. Seems this blizzard is giving me strength. So I'm gonna hurl all that strength at you. Eat this, you damn dirty Tengu! What a pointlessly belligerent attitude. Not bad if you ask me. In fact, it's my favorite.
You might wonder why Jizo-sama would be belligerent, but Jizo comes in a number of different forms, including Shogun Jizo, who is a manifestation that is favored by warriors. Magic sign, instant Bodhi. Bodhi, awakening. Goodness, it is the syncretism episode.
Yeah, despite the fact I'm deleting bullets wantonly, spell card bonus achieved. Hate this pattern so much, it is visually dazzling, and it is very hard for me to dodge as a result. Well, not this one in particular, but a harder version of this is coming up, and it is... yeah.
Shogun Jizo is also known as Atago Gongen. Magic sign, bullet gold. Atago Gongen is a deity. By that name, is a deity that is very famous if you spoke at all at the religious history of the Warring States era. Katakura Kagetsuna, who served Date Masamune, founder of Sendai, was famous for having a helmet crest that had the name of the Atago Gongen, the warrior's Jizo on it, like embossed in metal. So if you can imagine like the Claymore mine front toward enemy, imagine a helmet that says God toward enemy.
Nice. Okay. Cancel this moratorium. See, this is just so incredibly visually dazzling, I just don't know how to handle it. It's... my eyes.
Should you meet the Jizo-sama on the road, punch him. Well, I mean, this is what the Hanzo the Razor movie series is about. That's a lie. Jizo, criminal salvation.
Pop. Pop. Don't mind me, just farming. Pop. Alright then, let's proceed with the interview. Hey. He's... Hmm?
No, I'm just yawning.
Oh. You said a moment ago that the blizzard is giving you power. What exactly did you mean by that? Sorry, but I'm not sure either. I can feel a strange power flowing forth or something. I'm not usually this eager to fight either. I want to live a nice quiet life, if anything. Also, my back feels kind of hot, I think. Who was that girl carrying the bamboo a moment ago? Do you know her? Huh? A girl with bamboo? Who are you talking about? This strange girl who was dancing behind you before we fought? You're kidding! Sure, this is a pretty harsh blizzard, but I could definitely tell that if someone is dancing right behind me. Jesus, statues have zero ability to pay attention. Noted. My back felt hot for a while now, so I've turned around to see what the matter is many times, but there hasn't been anyone there. If your back feels hot, you should go see a doctor. Or maybe a mason would be better in your case. Huh? Miss? There's a door stuck to your back. Huh? Wow, talk about scary. I see. The girl from before is possessing you via your back and giving you power. Perhaps she was hiding in the backs of all the others I fought, too. If you don't enter a tiger's lair, you can't catch its cubs. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of room in here. So we have walked through a doorway on the statue's back, which seems to have led to a doorway subdimension. The children hop and dance in madness, landed back doors into crazy back door. Graze everything. Laser time. I'm making a lot of very dramatic noises today. Oh god, I have no idea how to deal with this one. Grace Farm. I guess like that. Oh. I'm scared. I am so very scared. I was spamming the bomb key, but it didn't work. I don't know if that's because I was out of bombs or just bad timing. Oh. I'm gonna cut it hella close. I finally found a material witness. With that, I'd like to begin our interview. What? The Tengu from 4? How'd you get in here? I went through the Jesus back. I guess I left the door open? Oh my, you're such a scatterbrain. What were you even thinking bringing a Tengu in here? We're never gonna hear the end of this. Yeah, I did mess up, but I don't think Master will get mad at us. Our job is to drive Tengu away, after all. All we gotta do is shoot her down here. Your job is to drive Tengu away? What in the world are you two? I'm Mai Tereda, all too dangerous backup dancers. Satono Nishida and Mai Tereda. And I'm Satono Nishida. We're twin doji who serve a god of impairments. We're fundamentally the same type of being as you.
Oh boy, Dolgi. I had a feeling we were gonna run into some some doji sooner or later.
Good catch, thank you.
Doji. Okay, so doji on its own means child. It's just perfectly innocuous. This is a little bit of an archaic term at this point. However, doji in this context refers to a number of Buddhist entities. It can refer to a bodhisattva because doji, meaning like the son of like the child of a prince. So, like in other words, the child of the smaller form of a Buddha, in other words, a bodhisattva. But it can also refer to a supernatural being of a particular level of attainment who may or may not also themselves be a yokai, like Aya here, or like a number of the other characters. Doji refers, for instance, to the servants. If you've seen depictions of Fudo Myo, the immovable bright king, this very fearsome-looking bodhisattva. He's a bright king. This Buddhist guardian figure who has a sword in one hand and a chain in the other. If he's depicted in like really fancy form, you'll see him flanked by like two little guys, Kongara and Seitaka. Those are doji. Now, doji also doji also refers, as I said, to a supernatural being that can often also be a yokai that is not necessarily one that has the kindest of intentions at heart. And arguably the most infamous of doji is an oni named Shiten Doji.
Oh,
Shiten,
we're back.
meaning drinker sake.
Shiten Doji, aka, as we know her, Suika Ibuki.
Yes, Suika Ibuki, yes. Shiten Doji, the oni tyrant of Mount Oe, who was defeated by a party of warriors led by Minamoto no Yorimitsu, who it is said wielded a sword that had been forged by Hachiman herself, and that sword still exists today, and it is called Dojigiri, the Slayer of Shiten Doji, or as I like to call it because it appears in my fiction, Tyrant Slayer. So I have strong feelings about doji, but not all doji are Shiten Doji. So these two, for instance, are doji, presumably of a different and more powerful being, who they obliquely referred to here. I imagine we're about to find out.
Not quite yet. After all, these two are here to kick my ass, so...
Have every confidence.
We're fundamentally the same type of being as you. A god of impairments. I feel like I've heard that phrase somewhere before. Yes, a god of impairments. A god who works to impair things. Our job is to behave the same way as Tengu in order to drive Tengu away. I only wanted to interview the two of you about the Four Seasons incident, but looks like I have no choice but to fight. Didn't expect to have to do this right here of all places, but... Behold, feast your eyes on us to serve in secret ceremony. The Tengu Frightening.
I have a feeling I know who they work for. Let's see if I'm right.
Ooh.
Because if it is who I'm thinking of... Okay, Yoga Ginger, forget your name. Broadly signed Tanabata Star Festival. One of my favorite festivals. Although, because of the change of the calendar in the 1870s, it is celebrated at various different times across Japan.
Phew.
Dance sign behind festival. Wearing court caps too. Mad Dance Tengu Oroshi. Tengu Frightener.
These lasers in particular are extremely lucrative for reasons I don't entirely know. That was enough to give me another life, so we're still in the game. Here, I'll bark and no bite. Wow, she's strong. Sure didn't expect that. This is my current record, so giving it my best chance. This is my giving it the old college try, the old best chance of victory here. Wow, she's strong. Sure didn't expect that. It seems that we underestimated her. There's no need for me to show such hostility towards you. All I want is information on the Four Seasons incident. That's all. The season incident? Nah, that's not our fault. Huh? Really? See, by dancing behind their backs, there's no limit to how much to the target's potential we can draw out. We received orders to seek out potential in people who are normally hidden, and to drive away any yokai who serve as impairments, such as Tengu and the like. The incident's not our fault, it's the fairies, sprites, and divine spirits who went crazy from our dancing. Jotting all this down. So, to sum it up, your superior ordered the two of you to grant power to yokai in various places. The fairies went berserk as a side effect of that, which made nature become strange. So you two are the culprit behind the season incident, aren't you? Hang on a second. Huh? Understood. What was that? Did Master give us a call? Yeah, she's summoned us. We're probably in for a scolding. It's the worst. They don't seem to be coming back. Well, I managed to find the culprit responsible for the season incident, but a god of impairments. I really do feel like I've heard about this one in Tengu history before.
I think I know who this is. And if it's who I think it is...
Open it not, gaze not upon it, heaven lies hidden behind the door to your rear. Hidden star in Four Seasons.
I'm guessing that this might be a bit of a challenging
No,
fight.
no.
God of Impairments.
I don't even know what I hit that time. Disappointing. Please tell me you give me extra life. You give me bomb fragments. I need to either get 20 million points or I need to do this in one life. Unlikely. I would have liked to ask those two some more questions, but that aside, this is quite the mysterious world we have here. To think that Jizo's back would have such a vast world inside of it. How very interesting. A Tengu in the land of the back door. Just what is this world coming to? We're beings who are meant to govern impairments, just like Tengu, but we belong in different places. Just like Tengu, what in the world are you? My name is Okina Matara, the ultimate absolute secret god. I am the god of the back door, a god of impairments, a god of no performance, a god of outcasts, a god of stars. That's a lot of titles.
I called it. I knew this was going to be Matara-jin-sama. Oh boy. Okay, so Matara-jin-sama is a deity who sadly has gone out of fashion. Although interestingly, one of their last surviving One of their last surviving enshrinements is in my home region of the Tohoku at the World Heritage Site of Chisonji Motsuji temples. Um, but simplest way to explain Matarajin is that they're a god of obstacles who is also a protector deity of Tendai Buddhism. And so, where you might well ask is, well, you may, does the Okina come in? Well, there is some opinion that Matarajin is Okina, as in the Okina old man mask from No Theater. So,
Hey, it's Okina Matara.
you know, yeah, Okina Matara. There you go. Now, you know, this is going way back in terms of yes, Jodo is Pure Land. Tendai is different. This is going back to like 9th, 10th century practice. So it's got a long history. But yeah, unfortunately, since the Meiji Restoration, Matarajin-sama has significantly fallen out of favor. But I called it. I called it.
Shall I continue?
And yes, and that was the other thing. Matarajin-sama is known as having the power to ward off Tengu. Thus, it is very interesting that Aya, of all people, is talking to them.
Yes, and that is one of the reasons that I picked for this particular character route. I'm like, there's other characters in this game that maybe will control better, or maybe I gel with better, but the fact that Aya is a reporter and also the personal vendetta aspect here made me feel semi-obligated that if I'm going to show one storyline of this game, it has got to be this one.
Oh, one last thing. Tendai specifically was headquartered in a temple that I know that you, Zoe, know very well. As it turns out. Yes, Mount Hiei, as in Katsuie invite the monks for barbecue. That temple. Famously burned down by Oda Nobunaga during his campaigns of unification, because at that point in the 16th century, it had effectively become a massive fortress. So, yeah, that connects to Sengoku history rather neatly. So, all right, Mo, let's continue.
Understood. That's a lot of titles. Well, Tengu such as yourself should already understand. Understand the fact, of course, that no god could possibly have so many divine natures at once. Meaning? You think I'm lying, don't you? Well, yes. Or perhaps you're not lying, but I get the feeling that you're concealing your true nature. Well, I'm an absolutely secret god. This may very well be my true nature after all. Impairments, a secret god. Oh, I remember now. Our ancestors, the people of Impairments, split into two groups. One settled in the mountains and became Tengu. The other hid behind Buddhas, living in human settlements. That is to say, a secret god of Impairments. Could you be? How many times must I say it? I am that very god. I have a wide variety of titles, but which one do you think most accurately represents my true form? Didn't you say just a moment ago that your true form was that of a secret god? A god of impairments also means a god of Tengu warding. That is to say, I'm a god who eliminates Tengu from this world. That's why I laughed at first. A Tengu, of all things, has entered the land of Tengu warding. Such utter cheek that you crow of. Be vanquished in earnest, you foolish Tengu reporter.
That you crow of?
Yep.
Very clever, very clever. Tengu often associated with crows. Back sign Halo of the Secret God.
Oh, okay.
Hidden Summer, Scorched by Hot Summer.
That was scary. Please, I'm so close to an extra life.
Hidden Fall, Die of Famine.
Extra life. Let's cheat. There. That's 4 summer releases.
Hidden Winter, Black Snowman.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hidden Spring, April Blizzard.
I am so very scared. Okay, here we go. Final pattern. The enemy store your season equipment. Now finally fight against Dio in sub-season. No more season releases. Boss bomb immunity as well.
Hidden Perfect Summer Ice.
Better that than to lose a life. Please. Ah. Oh my god. First time, won a credit clear. No resources left. The Yokai Mountain. Gensokyo's tallest mountain, home to many yokai, including the Tengu.
Take this love.
Hatate. She is from one of the photography games. She is a fellow Tengu. You're sure she said she was a god of impairments? Right, I thought it was a serious matter. Hatate. Well, that is a disturbing story. If whoever this is gathered faith and showed herself, she might have been trying to get rid of the Tengu. And if she shows up personally, that itself might be for the purpose of causing the Tengu's downfall. I think that was like a machine, like a translator error. The text just cut off. No, she didn't seem that hostile. Although it is true she acted like meeting me was an inconvenience. Patate. But still, it's not every day you consult with me about anything. At first I was merely investigating the season incident, but if the threat to the Tengu is real, then I can't put this in an article. And there it is, concealing the truth for your own convenience. But aren't I being the very model of a reporter? If I'm not writing an article, then I'm free to consult with whoever I wish. Don't beat around the bush. You just want my photography power. Well, of course I do. Actually, I fought the mastermind, but unfortunately I lost. I've been caught in her trap from the beginning, allowing her to take away all my weapons. And at the very end, when I was at my wit's end, she got away before I realized what was happening. This is rare. So she made even a battle type you cry, Uncle? I'm the social awareness type, thank you very much. But now I have no idea where she is, or what she's doing. Which is where you come in. With your thoughtography, I could get a lead on her. Sure, but you don't know where she is, right? Don't worry, there's a way. There was a hint in the season I equipped. There's a door on your back? Aya began to use the supposedly trapped season once again. It was supposed to have been an enemy trap, but it was the one thing still connecting her to her opponent. Aya intended to jump into the door as soon as she prepared a countermeasure. This wasn't because she was frustrated, nor was it because she wanted to save the Tengu. So why then was Aya taking action? Because she wanted to write an article. She was sure she could make an article out of the Tengu narrowly avoiding crisis. Ending number 5, the very model of a reporter. Congratulations, no continue clear. Touhou Project 16th edition.
Moo, as I often say on my own streams, I need to see an emperor about a restoration. I will be right back.
Very well. I'll go through the credits. Cover developer, programming, graphics, music, etc. Zun. I hurt my back while playing with my son. Special thanks. Kisan, sales forecast and column organization, event staff, and the dear player, you. Splendid, now you are a grown-up. Normal mode cleared. Thank you for playing. Challenge the extra mode. Thank you, Daedalus. Replay saved. Replay saved a second time accidentally. Oh. So, as usual, there is an extra stage that is unlocked on a character-per-character basis, depending on who you clear it with. But also, in a way that is very Zun, there is a secret code that you can use to unlock the extra stage for all characters, and that is to go into the player data, go over to Mirsa Kirisame, set the score tracker to extra, and then type in on your keyboard, I love beer. If you type that in, you will hear a sound, and all the extra stages will be unlocked. The extra stage will be unlocked for all characters. The 5th season, Extra Mode. Now, the time has come for your counterattack. As per our usual tactic here, we will be doing the extra stage as our chosen character initially, and then after that we will take a look at the other characters through other attempts at the extra stage. So I'll be starting with Aya Shamemaru.
Okay.
And
There we are.
after we do a few attempts at this, we will also look at the other characters to see what they have for us. And guess what? We don't get a sub-weapon. At least, we don't get a choice of sub-weapon, I mean. Season, the Dog Days. Subseason, X, fixed. Option name, Vitality on Vacation. Shoots a powerful attack directly behind you. Upon release, creates a barrier in an extremely small area behind you. Only consumes one option at a time, too. If you would like to know how much practice I have done on the extra stage prior to today's stream,
Speaking of counterattack, did you know that the band Bump of Chicken was originally meant to be named Attack of the Coward?
the answer is 0. I have never played the extra stage. Here we go! I can grab that. No more going through doors.
A Tengu running into Matarajin-sama. What?
The true form
what
of the secret god. Hidden star in 5th season.
What a concept.
The fact that we can shoot backwards is concerning to me. I feel like that's going to lead to some real mean patterns. Because that's a sub-weapon, so every character is going to have that, because we have a fixed sub-weapon for this. So the one standard for all characters so in this extra stage is we can shoot backwards, which means that Zun can design around that. That is extremely intimidating to me. Because once again, I've never actually done this, so I have no idea what's going up. Figures. What, you're back? We got the scolding of our lives because of you. Begone this instant, you filthy Tengu wretch! Whoa. Spell name, by the way.
Drum dance, powerful cheers. Mad dance, crazy backup dance. Bullet dance, two-eyed typhoon.
Two extra lives at once. One for score and one for just being given one by the boss. Yep, that's what I thought. We're getting enemies that are spawning behind us that we're specifically supposed to shoot with our sub-weapon. Which means that I spent all my sub-weapons trying to grind for points there. Which means that I didn't have any power for it. Ooh, that caught me really, really off guard. Goodness gracious. I will admit, while the storyline is interesting and cool for this game, in terms of the actual like patterns of the bosses and the creativity on display of them, I honestly think this is probably one of the weaker Touhou games in that regard, but gotta say I like this extra stage just for the uniqueness of the backward enemies appearing from the bottom stuff. Hear me. I am the Crow Tengu of the Gale. I am Shamimaru. I have come to challenge you to another battle with the future of the Tengu at stake. God of Impairments Okina, show yourself. A Tengu from before. The ultimate absolute secret god Okina Matara. You must certainly be a bold one to appear before me again. Last time you escaped thanks to your cowardly trap, but this time you won't get away. I won't get away? What are you saying? Aren't you the one who fled? After I had you return the power on your back, you were rendered completely helpless. That's when you entered the door on your back and returned to your own world. You're the one who ran. I had a slight suspicion that might be the case. I should have been fighting you, but before I knew it, I was back in Gensokyo. All the seasonal magic I gathered was taken by you and forcibly released. And that itself was a trap to forcibly eject me. I should have known. Indeed, and that's why you'll never win. No matter how many times you try, you'll meet the same end. Do you really think that having figured all that out, I'd charge back in here without a plan? Oh? Plan, you say? Take a look at my back. Oh, I see. You came here with the power of the gap between seasons. Exactly. I only collected power from the turning point of the seasons. The gap between seasons where the vitality of the others is lost, and where all the evil in the world rears its head. So if I absorb and release that, I'll destroy myself with the Tengu's evil power. But if you had stayed quiet, I might not have realized. Why tell me? I figured that a god such as yourself would be sure to figure it out anyway. And I'm not here to destroy you either. I don't want to ensnare you in some cowardly trap. I just want to nullify the one you used. So you wish to fight fair and square, is it? Very well then. To honor your courage, I won't use any seasonal energy. It's less that I want a fair match and more that I just want to interview you. You're a god of impairments who shares an ancestor with us Tengu after all. I'd like to know more about the history of outcasts from society such as yourself, and what you're going to do in the future. Very well. If you win, I'll give you an interview or whatever else. After all, Gensokyo's origins cannot be told without including us impaired people as well. See it, hear it, speak of it. Behold the true form of the impaired hidden god. See it, hear it, speak it. Am I understanding that reference there? Hear no evil, see no evils.
I'm sorry?
Hear it, see it, speak it. Am I understanding correctly that that might be a reference to hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil?
It might be. It might be, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was getting out of that bit of dialogue. Anything to say before I start this fight, or?
No.
Okay. Ooh, I was not ready for the ambushing second shot there.
Secret Ceremony, Reverse Invoker.
Oh wow. She has season release immunity. You know how extra stage bosses usually have bomb immunity? She's doing that but for season releases. Which of course means that it lasts like a half second, but whatever. Secret Ceremony, rear shots of
Secret
betrayal.
Ceremony, Rear Shots of Betrayal.
Very distinctly using the word rear shots instead of one of the other word synonyms they could have used with a different connotation. The secret back shot. We have fun here. Not doing too bad at this.
Secret Ceremony, Damaku Divion. Oh, baguette.
I don't understand, but whatever, this is kind of working.
Secret ceremony, fire of Enon.
Eek. Extend. Oh, they're really going hard into the hole. Attacking you from... Oh god.
Secret ceremony, Golgan of the Back Door. Golgan is the comedic counterpart to Noel drama.
It changed. The pattern changed.
Take this love.
GC 2 subscriptions to the community.
Not bad for a blind run. So, as mentioned, let's try out some other characters. What on...
Take this love.
Tality Havoc gifted 1 subscriptions to
Hype train. Tomash and BTA Lady Havoc, thank you.
Thank you very much. As always. I find it incredibly funny that just... Shadowno is here to fight a god. The second time. First, presumably accidentally encountering a god, and then this time coming back for round 2.
I mean, speaking as someone who accidentally encountered a god, it happens sometimes. Hashtag relatable.
Yep. My experience with such is, I've mentioned before, but found divinity in a 100-year-old pool spirit for telecommunications.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh, it's you again. It seemed like the master really liked you. What a surprise. But your forward march ends here.
Just cheered 100 bits.
Drum down's powerful cheers.
Okay, I get what this pattern is putting down. You need to wander the screen in order to destroy those, otherwise they'll keep appearing and become an overwhelm. Probably the same idea here, too.
Hot down's crazy backup dance.
Ah, that's one thing I can do. Season releases do a lot of damage. Thank you, you all.
Bullet dance, slide, pressure.
Daedalus, if you're tired of getting owned repeatedly, I can pull on the chain calmly and say, knock it off, but...
Alright, so... The series mentions fairies a lot in the games, and you're wondering if they are also yokai or not. Fairies are not yokai because fairies are not Japanese.
Simple enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I forgot to mention. This is also, because we were going to be repeating levels here, this is also a good time for any questions you may have to ask Dr. Nyri. Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian. At your service for the stream.
Fairies, however, are neighbors like you. Yes, that is true. Or among my own people in Anatolia before the regrettable events of 100 years ago, the Mesmena Regnera, which was a type of being of the same sort that merited the same measure of awe and consideration.
Oh my god, you can nuke all of those at once by using a season release in the right spot.
Nature spirits, beings of life, yeah.
Door, door, door. This place, I feel like I've seen it before. She doesn't even know why she's here. Is this that deja vu thing? Oh, you're the one from before. Aren't you an interesting fairy? I'm glad you made it. Who are you? Whoa there. Huh? Did you forget? Perhaps when I helped myself to the energies I had you gather, you lost your memories with them? Oh yeah. Do you remember now? Once again, welcome. I just remembered that I came to this world to get my memories back. So, who are you again? This isn't getting us anywhere. Oh well, I suppose fairies will be fairies, fools will be fools. It is a shame, though. I saw such ambition in a fairy last time, I felt that I witnessed the beginning of a new era of fairies. Hey, I'm getting the feeling you're making fun of me. It's not just your imagination. The fool before me is nothing but a disappointment. I'll just take the magic from the door on your back and forcibly send you back to where you came from. Yeah? You want to fight? Come at me whenever you want. What is this? The season on your back is... It doesn't belong to any of the 4 seasons? It corresponds to the Doyo, the border between seasons where the life force of fairies is as nadir. I was nearly fooled by your idiot act. You really are an interesting fairy. Shall we battle once more? Ah, I remember now. The person I wanted to fight again. Was someone sitting in a chair. Nothing to do with you. Out of the way. I'm the one who was in the chair. Can't you tell by looking? But if you want a rematch with me, then let's do this. For the true power of a hidden god, you had better savor every last drop.
Secret ceremony, reverse invoker.
Whew. Almost got hit by the very first bullet.
Secret ceremony, rear shots of betrayal.
Rear shots. Alright, I'll stop. Yeah, okay. That's what it is. You really just need to be proactive in destroying the yin-yang orbs. Nice. Spell card bonus, and I didn't do any season releases.
Secret ceremony, Danmaku Dipyon.
Once again, I feel like that didn't hit me, but... Oh my god, I think a bullet is spawning on top of me. That's what's happening. Yeah, I'm extremely not supposed to be there. It's one of those yellow bullets.
Dopio. Now that sounds like I would enjoy.
Secret ceremony, fire of Reimu. Pretty standard tactic by Reimu of homing projectile spam. I like how I worded that as like like Reimu plays football or something. Ah yes, he's in the standard standby that Reimu tends to do and today's game.
So Danmaku, Dan, bullet, Maku, curtain. The Maku of Danmaku is the Baku of Bakufu.
I'm still laughing at the person I wanted to fight was sitting in a chair, so it can't be you. Oh, it's you again? We heard that you didn't make the cut. Can't say I saw that one coming. Which means you're not qualified to be here.
Rundown's powerful chairs.
Now that is a fascinating tactic that works with this character. Hit them with the mid-season backward bullets and every single front bullet at the same time. And using the release, since it travels backwards slightly, will hit them fully. Like, that's honestly kind of wild, but that works. I feel like I can have used that for a couple of patterns on the extra stage boss. Get out of here. Right, forgot about that. Is there another one? No.
Another hidden, obscure yokai who could serve her well. Sort of like a yokai equivalent of Medjed from the Egyptian pantheon, I imagine.
Yeah! Medjed mentioned. Love that little goober. If someone happens to have the... I think that's a Unicode character. I wonder if that'll appear in Twitch. I've given y'all permission to exactly once Medjed spam. If you can get that, if that's a valid Unicode character. Come on out already. Why, I think you'd come back here. How very brave of you. You have my respect. However, you should understand by now that victory against me is impossible. Well, yeah, because you up and ran off in the middle of our battle. Eh? Seems that you're misremembering things. You're the one who ran. I helped myself to the magic card that I had led you collect, which rendered you hopeless in the end, so you fled, didn't you? I fled? That's ridiculous, there's no way. You really don't remember. Well, I happen to remember it just fine. With all your weapons sealed off, you escaped through your own door and returned home. through the very same season door you have on right now. Do you want to meet the same fate again? The season door. So that was it after all. I don't remember fleeing, but there was a moment where I thought, wait, hang on a second? Because before I even knew it, I had been returned to the location of the season I collected. In other words, the door on my back was a trap that both absorbs magic power and forcibly ejects people. Indeed. You did well to figure it out. That's why you have no chance of victory. No matter what, you'll be chased out of here in the end. What's the matter? Do you have a screw loose? My theory was correct. Victory is mine. Oh, what's this now? Take a look at my back. This time I've been gathering the boundary between seasons. That means there's no location in existence for me to get ejected to. Oh ho! I see the door on your back right now corresponds to Touhou, the border between seasons, where the world loses its vitality entirely. Not a bad strategy. However, that also means you're cut off from your own escape route. That just means I won't budge an inch until I beat you for good this time. I like you. You're the Hakuya Shrine Maiden, so I can't make you my subordinate. But as a show of respect for your intelligence, I'll fight you without using the seasonal magic I've gathered. See it, hear it, speak of it. The secret god's true magic power shall be your greatest impairment. I blow raspberries a lot while I'm playing this game. Like, that happens also when I play this on my own, not just when I'm streaming it. I think it's because every death feels avoidable, and also every death feels catastrophic, at least a little bit. And of course it catches you off guard, so... Those are prime moo raspberry blowing moments. Conditions. Okay, let's figure out what I'm actually supposed to do here. Not that. Not that either. I legitimately do not understand this one at all. Yeah. Alright, next up, Marissa. Although out of these characters so far, Reimu's probably the best I got. What flavor of jam is your favorite? Blackberry.
This jam. Ha! My goodness.
Thank you, Daedalus.
That takes me back.
Love sign Master Spark. The crowd pleaser. The Touhou equivalent of then Marissa just pulls out a gun and shoots them.
Ah, yeah, when I'm on my trip, maybe you could do Touhou Dream Duel. That's a good idea. Could be Toe Jam. Ha!
I like Earl better. Oh, it's you again? I hear you made our master angry. The test is over. Get out of here. Scram.
Since Zoe brought it up, this is still a few months away, but I am going to be away from my desk for about a month this summer because I am going to... Coach Jam and Earl. God. I haven't heard that name in a while. So I'm going to be away from my desk for about a month this summer because I am going to be going to California for surgery, for gender-affirming surgery. I will leave it at that. Those of you who know. I will be seeing some of you I know on my way, and I expect that I will be back and streaming again by the beginning of July. And although I imagine that it'll take me a little bit to be back entirely to 100%, but I should be good to stream by July. I'm looking forward to getting to see some of you in person, and otherwise to take what is honestly going to be my first vacation in about 10 plus years at this point.
Whoa!
Even if it's partly going to be with me unconscious. Much else, I look forward to sleeping.
Master Spark!
My God, that's like it's March now, and that's gonna be June.
Hey, anyone here? So you've returned? You ran away in the middle of the final test. I'm sad to say you've been rejected. Now leave immediately. I ran away during the test? So that's really what happened then? At first I thought you had ran away. When I thought over, it did seem pretty likely that I'd run myself. So what business does a coward like you have with me? I came here for a rematch. Not that I really care about the job or anything. I just can't stand the thought of keeping this loss on my record. You're a human, but you use magic, yes? Then you should already understand. You should know why you were rendered helpless and ultimately fled. It's because of all that back equipment It's because all of that back equipment was used by you for both movement and absorbing magic. With those, you can get everything you want without lifting a finger. So no matter what kind of human was using it, you could just drain all their energy, and if you didn't need them, you could send them flying to wherever. Exactly. In other words, you never stood a chance. But even knowing all that, you still came for a rematch? What, you think that's gonna stop me from reclaiming my victory? This time I'm taking your trap and turning it around. Oh, and what do you mean by that? Take a look at my back. There's your answer. Door on your back right now corresponds to Doyo, the border between seasons where the world loses its vitality entirely. How's that? With this, even if you tried your force release, there's nowhere for me to go. I don't think it will work out very well in the end, but it's not a bad plan. This time I can get a fair fight out of you with no worries at all. How interesting. I'd already rejected you, but you made me reconsider. I must admit, I'm quite taken by your wisdom and boldness. You can consider your rejection nullified. Now let us begin the final test once again. This time I won't be using the energy of the seasons. Behold the true secret arts of a hidden god. That's what I get for trying to do the pattern correctly. Instead of cheating it. Counterpoint Master Spark. This has become a difficult situation. Ooh. Ow. Wonder if it's something like this? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm supposed to just hug her. Alright, one more shot as Reimu, and then maybe we'll call it there. And as mentioned before, if y'all got any questions, feel free to toss them to Nyri. I mostly, for my part, will be laser focused on the game, of course. Hard for me to read chat while doing this, as you might imagine.
Yes, associated with no. In fact, there's an entire play called Okina, which is performed usually in a set of 3 that are particularly auspicious, with which a set of no will often, like a set of multiple no plays performed in succession, will often be opened with, and that's the trio of Okina, Senzai, and Sambaso. And Futari Okina is a variant of Okina involving 2 Okina, and Futari Okina enjoys the distinction of being the only no that I've had a dream about. So how about that? Now, as it turns out, Futari Okina is the only no I've had a dream about, and it features one of the other Okami-sama who are associated with no. Because who should have been dancing Futari Okina in my dream but Ame no Uzume no Mikoto, the Kami of the Dawn, who is associated with the theater arts in Japan, not just with no, but also with kabuki and so on. Yes, Susano no Mikoto, associated with poetry, much like Tenjin-sama. Yes, but yes, Ame no Uzume no Mikoto. Now, mind you, there are appearances of other deities in the no canon. Kokaji featured Oinari Okami, and I'm pretty sure Hachiman Okami was in another one, and I can't remember which one though. I know there's a bunch of of not Knoll, but the one of the related arts of Kagura, of Miwaryu Yakurai Kagura, specifically that tradition, where Hachiman Okami appears. Yes, she is associated with Knoll. Yeah, she. That was actually one of the things that cracked my egg, was having a dream about her dancing Tariokina. Oddly enough. And why was I having a dream about a Knoll? Because I was significantly involved in my university's project, which was spearheaded by my doctoral advisor, to digitize the woodblock prints of the Japanese artist Tsukioka Kogyo, whose frequent theme was Knoll.
You'll love to see that. Just all the bullets converging in one spot that I detonate for score.
And you could, if you scroll down, you can see my name in the credits. That was one of the first projects I was involved in grad school. But yeah, that helped crack my egg. How about that? So there are.
Oh my god, I got kicked.
Oh goodness. There are a lot of Noh and Kabuki performances that these days especially have things that they have there are online resources that you can consult that is particularly aimed at non-Japanese speakers who are experiencing this for the first time. So if you get the chance, do take a look. For Noh, I could recommend some things in particular, but Kabuki has its share. Noh, of course, is the theater art that was associated with the samurai cast. Kabuki is much more a popular theater form, and remains so. Manzai and Rakugo, also two performing arts. Manzai is a comedy duo kind of deal, often involves one of the performers being hit by the other one with a comedically oversized paper fan. Rakugo is a solo thing that is sort of, if you can imagine stand-up comedy, this is sit-down comedy. Yeah, the Smash Bros. Exactly. Rakugo was some of my first introduction into Japanese performing arts, actually, because of the work of Katsura Shijaku, noted English-language Rakugo performer of the 1980s and 90s.
I think I've seen a clip of that guy.
Yeah, he's sort of a bald Rakugo performer.
I looked up a performance of the classic Jugamu joke, and
he did one, yeah.
Yeah,
that's probably him.
Yeah, that was probably him.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you hear? The futon flew away. Futon da.
Dola Standa.
That's the one I know. That's all.
I mean, Sannin no ninja wa san ninja. 3 ninjas are 3. 3 ninjas are 3 indeed. And for you handful in the chat who have the measure of Japanese, one of the jokes that my advisor told so to set the stage, this was a seminar on Japanese history in my first year of grad school, and it was me and like 3 other grad students and an entire class otherwise of undergraduates.
New pattern.
And he realized that I was the only one who could speak Japanese. And so he was trying to explain that Japanese lends itself to puns very easily. So he says, he when he realized he could make me laugh that way, he just told a whole bunch of them in a row, and I was just falling out of my chair laughing. The one that comes to mind is, when the pigs take the train from Tokyo to Nagoya, where do they sleep? In the tunnels, because tonneru. Ton, another word for pig, neru, to sleep, tonneru, tunnel. I miss him. I miss him so much.
One more try at Rainbow. I'm actually really liking this extra stage, which is interesting because I'm gonna be real. I think the actual main game of this is kind of uninteresting to some degree.
Daedalus, does Japan have jokes that aren't wordplay? Yes, have you ever heard of the Tokugawa shogunate?
Da 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 da.
I'm recording an episode of my podcast about the Battle of Fushimi this week, and I'm especially feeling spicy in regard to the shogunate being a joke. Also,
the fact
yes,
I could do
course,
this as Rainbow is really funny, but not with that one.
But of course, Japan does in fact have jokes that aren't wordplay. Unfortunately, the ones that I'm thinking of are historic, but I'm sure there are other ones today. It's such a lively and thriving comedy scene. That's certainly the case.
Oh my lord. Oh god, the lasers are still appearing.
Oh, Conley, that was brilliant and terrible. That was very good.
Last attempt. Oh my, okay, yeah, I can't do that. I just get kicked instantly afterwards. That's really kind of funny. Because the response to dying on that pattern is to travel upwards slightly. So if I'm doing that exploit by standing there as Reimu in order to make both the backward bullets and the forward bullets hit her, then she just responds by immediately punching me in the face. It's kind of hilarious. Hook time. I wonder if I'm even supposed to go above her at all, because she also retreats upward in that pattern, which kind of implies you're not supposed to be above her. There is a spell practice for this, but as I mentioned at the top of doing this, I've never actually played this extra stage before, so... I pressed the wrong button. I thought that was the bomb button. And that's why I retreated downward, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to have bomb invincibility. See, this one, the bullets suddenly reverse. Like, this is one of those follow a pathway ones, but then you start getting cross bullets. And I do not know how to deal with that. I mean, one answer is just bomb it, but it seems to work, I guess. But, you know, using 3 bombs on a single pattern is not entirely economical. Ooh, almost got kicked again. New pattern. Best record. That was a bad spot to be in. Sword of the 7 stars. Or 7 sword, whatever. Something like that. I am out of bombs, I am out of bombs, I am out of bombs. Performers unattached to society. Almost completely missed those water droplet shaped bullets. All right. Well, my friends, thank you very much for joining me. As always, this feature is only possible due to the expertise of Nyri. You can support her at Riverside Wings. There's her Twitch channel, and she also has a Patreon and other such, and Ko-fi and such. All also at Riverside Wings on various domains. And thank you as always for joining us for this feature. And I don't have a good way of muting to ask this, so I guess I'll just ask this with hot mic. What do you think of doing We Know the Devil for next week's VN?
Ah,
Familiar
I
at
would
all?
be delighted.
I probably need a.
I would.
Ideally, I would have a third person as well because the game focuses
I
primarily
think.
on 3 characters. So,
I think you and I can think of a third person very easily.
yep.
Um,
Okay, we have a third
that would.
person.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Wait, Neptune in We Know the Devil? Wasn't Neptune in Heaven Will Be Mine? Or am I drawing am I mixing things up? I might be.
There is a character named Neptune in We Know the Devil.
I think I might be thinking of another one of the gas giants who was in Heaven Will Be Mine.
Yeah, I believe Heaven
Um,
Will Be Mine. I haven't played that game myself, but I believe that also uses a similar naming convention of the characters, but
Yeah, that makes sense. Same
thematic.
source. Yeah.
And then the
Saturn, that's the one I was thinking.
the 3 protagonists for that game are, let's see, Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. So next week at Touhou time, instead join Zoe Blackheart, Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian, and yours truly for a voiced playthrough of We Know the Devil. We Know the Devil, as the story page puts it, is We Know the Devil is a visual novel about teens reluctantly fighting the devil at summer camp. Follow Mean Girl Neptune, Tomboy Jupiter, and Shy Venus as they get to know each other, but one always gets left out. Three kids sit in a cabin in the woods at summer camp and wait for the devil to arrive. Let's see. That will conclude today's stream. Thank you so much. Any closing things that you would like to express, Nyri?
As ever, a pleasure to be here. I am always happy to be able to do this alongside you. I appreciate the very insightful and thoughtful questions from the audience, of course, and for your interest, for your support, for your follows, your subs, etc. My deepest thanks.
Direct support link in the chat for Riverside Wings on Ko-fi. And let's see who you can raid to. Cha-cha-cha. Got some Valheim, we got Darkwood, we got Voices of the Void, we got Persona 5, we got Game Dev. I hail from the Jade the Kobold VTuber community, and another fellow slime. Shinarado is currently playing Voices of the Void. I've sent people Voices of the Void word a few times, and honestly, I plan on playing that game myself probably sooner rather than later. But Bad Theater a couple weeks ago was really good and charming. Thank you so much. I found that Storytime with Moo is a rather popular feature. So, anyway, from one slime to another, join Dr. Kell at the Outpost Research Laboratory in the Alps as they work on collecting signals from space as things gradually slowly get worse and worse. Spooky. To another place, my friends.
To another place.